What's up, YouTube? Cat Sports here. This is a sports channel, so let's talk some sports. There's a lot going on in the sports world right now. It's a great time to be a sports fan. My number one sport, boxing, is absolutely on fire right now. Just had a couple of great fights this past weekend, and we begin the July schedule Saturday. In July, it's just special. I'm going to go over that in a minute. Elsewhere in the sports world, we're only a few weeks away from NFL training camps opening. So that means we're edging closer and closer to football season. Major League Baseball is smack dab in the middle of their season. Just a great time to be a sports fan. Let's talk some boxing. Had a couple of good fights Saturday. Barry Salubin got the win over Louis Arias. He stopped him. And I must admit, Lewison looked very good doing it. And Jim Gray asked him in the in-ring interview after the fight, what's next? He said he wanted the winner of the next fight, which was Adames and J-Rock, which Adames ended up winning. We didn't know at the time. And that would be a good matchup, though. Adames against Eric and Lubin. Because J-Rock put up a good battle against him. I think the stoppage was kind of premature. That needs to be addressed because we've had a few questionable stoppages lately. And hey, it's boxing, a violent contact sport. Now I know you want to protect these guys, from permanent damage or, God forbid, death. I know you want to protect these guys, but they know what they're signing up for. It's a violent contact sport, okay? Now, like I said, I know you want to protect them, but when it comes to hurting the sport like you are, come on. These guys train to take punches. They know what they're signing up for again, so they just got to stop. People stop. Now, was J-Rock going to win the fight? Very probably not. Because each round Adames was having more and more success against him. That body attack Adames invested in was starting to pay off. J-Rock was clearly slowing down. But I just don't think they should have stopped it when they did. As a matter of fact, J Rock was throwing up through the last month before the stoppage. But it is what it is. So I don't know what's next for J Rock. Maybe I would like to see Adamas and Erickson next. But we had another card too Saturday, and headlining that one was Edgar Berlanga up there in New York, and he got the unanimous decision over Jason Quick. A few weeks ago, we thought that Berlanga would be auditioning for a Canelo fight in Saturday's performance, but that's off the table now with the news of the Canelo 3 fight deal with PBC, which I'm going to get into a little later. We had another card Saturday too, which nobody talked much about. We had Joshua Franco went over to Japan, fought against Kazuto Ioka. I guess that was a warm-up for the big one we got coming up in Tokyo in a few weeks. So Joshua Franco against Kazuto Ioka. It was for Franco's WBO junior bantamweight down there, 115 pounds. Ioka took that strap away from him. Unanimous decision. Over there in Japan. That was a rematch. They had fought to a draw in December. So Kazuto Ioka is the new junior bantamweight champion for the WBA. Yeah. Now, before we get into this big month of July coming up, let's talk about this Canelo 3 fight deal with the PBC. It's reportedly worth $100 million. And it's also reportedly John Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, and David Benavidez. Okay. Well, at least that's what I've heard. That's very good news. Okay. Really good news. Those are some of the fights we've been wanting to see Canelo win. Okay. Now, of those 3 fights, I think Charlo is probably the most winnable. He's been out of the ring for 2 years, and plus he's been dealing with personal issues. Now, I think if Canelo loses to Charlo, he's probably going to go 0-3. Because Andrade has that slick boxing style that's been Canelo's kryptonite, Floyd, Lara, Bivol to a certain extent. Good jab, good footwork. And at this stage of his career, Canelo ain't beating Benavidez. It just ain't happening. No. And there's a lot being said about Benavidez has quieted down about the Morrell fight. A lot of people saying he's ducking him. But look at the timing of this. Benavidez and Morrell was going back and forth hot and heavy for a while. But just suddenly, Benavidez cooled on the talk. Morrell talk. Remember? And then now look what just happened. They announced a 3-fight deal with PBC for Canelo. So it's likely that Benavidez is a part of that 3-fight deal. So why would he fight Morrell now? Let's rather fight Morrell than lose it. Morrell will be the one fighting Canelo in that 3-fight deal. So no, you really can't blame Benavidez for backing out of the Morrell talk. Well, you can't say backing out of the fight because it never was a fight signed, but backing out of the Morrell talk. I guess you can still call it a duck, because if he's part of that Canelo deal, he's part of the back end of it. And he's going to fight somebody else before he fights Canelo. So a lot of people will say, well, how come it's not Morrell? With a Canelo fight on the horizon, Benavidez would be crazy to fight Morrell. That's classic high risk, low reward. Like I say, he fight Morrell, he could lose the Canelo fight. Morrell will be fighting Canelo. But I think that's what's happening. By the Benavidez talk, calm down. But hey, Canelo is getting in the ring with some top guys again, so you got to give him some props. I've been hard on him, but now, and I think Canelo is taking these fights now at this time because I don't think he wanted to be remembered for the cherry picking and the ducking. And he's toward the end of his career, so this would be a good way to go out. Now, suppose Canelo win all 3 of these fights. I think that solidifies his legacy as one of the greats, no doubt. If he goes out like that, went over Charlo, Andrade, Benavidez. Those are 3 guys we wanted to see him in there against for years. But we didn't want to see him in there against Charlo off a 2-year layoff. But Canelo hasn't looked the best lately. And if Jamal got his mental together and trained like he knows how and comes in there ready, Winner will fight for Maul. Very winnable. I'm just happy that we're getting it. Canelo's putting on his big boy pants, stepping up to the plate. No more pay-per-view sparring matches against the Triple G's and the John Ryders of the world. So I salute Canelo for this. What's up with the Haneys, man? There's a clear pattern with them. His fans and fanboys and girls, they won't admit it, but when Devin is tied up and signed to fight someone, him and his father is just tank, 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 tank. But the minute they are free, with no fight signed, they seem to forget there's a guy by the name of Gervonta Tank Davis. Just look at the past year. He had a 3-fight deal with ESPN. Everybody knows about that. And it took about a year. Let's see, the first Kambosos fight was in June of 2022. And the third fight of the deal was in May 2023, Loma. So it took about a year. And that whole year, they talked about Tank. They're going to do the Tank. How bad they wanted Tank. But now, you can't get them to mention Tank's name. I mean, you don't get to call a guy out and talk about a guy for a whole year. Then all of a sudden, just stop talking about him. Where they do that at? I mean, what are they saying? Psych? They was just kidding? No, man. And Bill Haney was running through all these big 300 million subscriber channels, talking trash and all that. So some of these big 300 million subscriber channels need to get Bill back on there and ask him some questions. Because I heard that the BBC notified Bill Haney that they wanted to make a Tank versus Devin fight next. And this is the way he's moving. Not talking about Tank. Talking about Regis Prograis. Talking about he's got a warrant out for Regis Prograis. But I remember last year, he was passing around mugshots of Tank. So where's Bill Haney's warrant at for Tank? I didn't see no mugshots of Regis. But that's who he's got the warrant for. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I remember Calvin Ford was on the boxing force a while back. Who calls in and jumps on there? Yes, Bill Haney. About Devin gonna knock Tank the F out. That wasn't the last time Devin knocked somebody out. It hasn't been in recent memory. We're 3 years into this decade, and he hasn't knocked nobody out this decade. Devin gonna knock somebody the F out. What a joke. But Calvin Ford was on the boxing force again a few weeks back. Guess who didn't call in this time? Yes, Bill Haney. The energy has changed. Okay. The energy has definitely changed. Let's take a look at these fights coming up in April. Oh, excuse me. July. April. Okay. And the month is starting right off with a bang. August, July 1st. Then everything but July. Starting off with a bang, July 1st. Okay. Big Baby fighting in his home, Toledo, Ohio. Taking on Zon Kossobutski, 10 rounds in the heavyweight division. I heard something recently. Big Baby said he doesn't like boxing. Wow. Boxing is the wrong sport to be in if you don't like it. Okay. I mean, big part of boxing is mental. And he says he don't like it? Wow. What are we doing here, Big Baby? But he's fighting Saturday in his home of Ohio, Toledo, Ohio. Zon Kossobutski. I hope I didn't torture his name too bad. Another win for Big Baby. Time for Big Baby to step up. But he's talking about he don't like boxing, so I don't know. But also on that card, DeAndre Ware, another heavyweight. His opponent is to be announced. Tiger Johnson in the welterweight division. Jahai Tucker's on the card, the middleweight division. Dante Benjamin in the heavyweight division. And I'm not going to call these guys prospects no more. Call them young fighters. So Top Rank is showcasing another great card of their young fighters. And they had plenty of them. I think Top Rank got almost the entire last Olympic team. Signed them. And that's July 1st. Okay. Now this is the card I'm talking about that really makes July 1st starting off with a bang. Start the month off with a bang. From Manchester, England, Franchon Cruz against Savannah Marshall. Franchon is going over to defend her undisputed super middleweight strap in the women's 168-pound division. Why is Franchon going over there? She's the A side. How can the undisputed champion not be the A side? Can Franchon be awarded a close decision over there? That's concerning. But I guess she's betting on herself and daring to be great, as they say. And she's been talking good leading up to it. It'd be a good fight. This is Savannah's first time back in the ring since she lost to the Quote. But I wish Franchon luck, because she might need it over there in England. Go to the cards, dealing with them judges. Also on that card is Natasha Jonas taking on Candy White. They're fighting for the women's IBF strap in the welterweight division, currently vacant. Man, I tell you, these women are showing out. Men need to take some notes. I mean, it seems like every time we have a women's fight now, it's for undisputed. They unifying some division in some division. Men take notes. But the men are trying to get it right this year. We've had some good ones. We've had 2 tank fights. David Benavidez and Cato Plant got in there. 2 top dogs. They got in there and showed up. We had Devin and Loma. 2 of the top guys in the lightweight division. This year has been great in boxing. We had the GOAT in there in June. Now we're in July. This month is fire. And then coming up on July 8th, woo! All I can say is, woo! If July is fire, July 8th is a big fire. We got 2 big welterweight fights. Okay? We got Eimantas Stanionis, and he's in there against Virgil Ortiz. Okay? Now, this is the 3rd time that they're trying to have this fight. The first 2 times, I think one time Stanionis was, I think he had his appendix out. Yeah. And then the second time it got canceled, Virgil had that thing flare up. That little illness he gets, something to do with weight loss. He had that before and had got it canceled against Mike McKinson, who he beat the second time around. But anyway, this fight between Stanionis and Virgil, this is the 3rd time. And we're only not a little under 2 weeks away from it now. So looks like the 3rd time is going to be the charm. And also in the welterweight division on July 8th, we have Jan Boots Ennis. Race Gold, Main Vila. Talk about Stanionis and Virgil first. You know, of the 3 welterweight fights in this month, the 3 big ones, of course, the 3rd one, Earl and Bud. Earl and Bud will be the biggest of the 3 because of the names, of course. But the most competitive, I think, will be Stanionis and Virgil. Okay. They're going to be in the phone booth, and you can just lock the door to that phone booth and throw it away. Throw the key away. Because they're both come forward, pressure type fighters. Both have good chins. And this will be a fan-friendly fight. Okay. Because these 2 guys, and they're both volume punchers. So they're going to throw a lot of punches. Fan-friendly fight. I'm picking Stanionis. Okay. This fight has stoppage written all over it. And I'm picking Stanionis for the stoppage. These both two come forward pressure fighters. But when it comes to boxing, I would say Stanionis is the better boxer of the two. And that probably will be the difference. Now, in the other welterweight fight on the July 8th, it's Deron Boots Ennis against Romain Villa. And just like Big Baby, Boots is headlining his own card for the first time. Okay. And that's what he had said he wanted to do, because it was reported that he could have been on the Tank Ryan card, but he had said he was going to headline his own card next. And here we are. Okay. Now, remember back in January when Boots fought on the Tank Hector undercard. He was a co-main. He fought he fought Kern. And Kern just ran around the ring for 15 rounds. And Boots caught a lot of flack. People saying he was exposed, blah, 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 which is nonsense, because how do you get exposed when you win every round? But anyway, me and a lot of other people said then that whoever Boots' next opponent is, we didn't know it was Villa then. So whoever Boots' next opponent is going to pay for all that flack he caught. And then it turns out to be Villa. Come forward, pressure style fighter who is tailor-made for a spectacular performance by Boots. Okay. I got Boots getting him out of there inside of 5 rounds. Okay. And sorry, Villa. All those people that talked that nonsense about Boots after his last fight. And those were just haters. You know, when you do everything so well, do so much so well like Boots does. You had people just waiting for the opportunity to say something negative about you. And the current fight gave him that opportunity. That's all that was. But now Villa's going to pay for it. Boots by highlight reel stoppage. Okay, then on July 15th, because I told you July is just Saturday after Saturday after Saturday after Saturday, a big, spectacular fight. July 15th, we have another Women's Undisputed from Detroit. Alicia Baumgartner is taking on Christina Leonard-Vitale. If I didn't butcher her name too bad. 10 rounds for the women's junior welterweight. Undisputed, which is currently held by Alicia Baumgartner. Okay. Richardson Hitchens versus Montana Love on the card. 10 rounds in the junior welterweight division. Hitchens is stepping it up in level. Not much, because I'm not impressed by Montana Love. And I got Hitchens beating him. Andy Cruz making his debut on the card versus Carlos Burgess. And Andy Cruz is making his debut at 10 rounds. They got him on the fast track in the lightweight division. Okay. Here he comes, Keyshawn. Andy Cruz coming out of that Cuban boxing school with that extensive amateur career with the Olympic pedigree. It's going to be very interesting to see how Andy's career starts out and unfolds. And also on July 15th, I found this out like a week and a half ago. Um, Nonito Donaire is fighting. He's going up against Alejandro Santiago. And I think it's for a strap. I'm not sure. Uh, the legendary Nonito Donaire, veteran of 50 fights. This was his 50th fight here, I believe. Yeah. Of course, the Nonito down there in the bantamweight division. I think it might be the WBC strap. Oh, sorry about that. A little technical difficulties. There we go. And we found this out I found it out from Nonito Donaire and Rachel Donaire themselves. They came in a chat about a week and a half ago and told us. I'd like to give a shout out to the Donaire because, they wasn't at the top of the chat with the content creator. They was down in the chat comment. They made a direct comment to me. Okay. How many fighters and their managers gonna do that? Come down in the chat with the people and comment. Type comment. And they was in there for a minute. The Donairs are everything that's good about boxing. Man. Salute to them. Nonito and Rachel Donaire. August was already fire. Excuse me. July was already fire. Now we can add Nonito Donaire to it. Okay. Then on July 22nd, we have George Kambosos returning to the ring in his first action since the Devin Haney fights. He's going up against Maxie Hughes Jr. in the lightweight division. They're fighting 12 rounds. Sean Davis on the card versus Francesca Bettina Terra. 10 rounds in the lightweight division. Keyshawn and Andy Cruz fighting a week apart. Maybe they can be each other's next opponent. Wouldn't there be something? Not yet, though. They fight in the pros. Need to marinate. They got a history. Yeah. Jeremiah Milton, heavyweight, also on the card. Troy Isley, also on the card at middleweight. That's the pair of 8-rounders. Another card of Top Rank showcasing some of their young talent. Then just a few days later, from Tokyo, Japan, we have Cool Boy Stephen Fulton versus the Monster Naoya Inoue for Fulton's unified WBC and WBO junior featherweight titles. 122. Now you got to get Inoue some credit because he's coming up in weight and going to the top of the division in his first fight in the division, going after the unified champion. I got Cool Boy though because Cool Boy is so versatile, and he just adjusts to any style so well. And he's known for beating you at your own game. Okay, he's very good at that. The best at that, really. And By his own admittance, the monster says he has never even sparred against that slick African American star. Okay, so that's a problem there. Or maybe he sparred against it now, preparing for Cool Boy. And then again, I don't know. Way over there in Japan, it's a long ways. You got to give a brother a fight bag to travel way over there just to spar. But that should be a good fight. That's the fight that looks like it came together in a couple of hours. Blew that size of the street nonsense out the water, you know? But I'm picking Cool Boy because of his versatility. And as far as monsters in a way traveling up, in a way, power traveling up with him, I don't think it's going to be a problem. 118, 122. I mean, by the time of the fight night, he'll probably be at basically the same weight. He'll probably fight at 122 at the same weight he fights at 118 anyway. Of course, he'll be fighting the bigger guy. But I got Cool Boy. Robeisy Ramirez also making the trip. He's taking on Satoshi Fumuzu. Ramirez is WBO featherweight, 126. Robeisy on the card. Franco just went to Japan Saturday and lost his title. Why are these guys going over there? They're both the A side. It's crazy, just like Grant John. Can they get a decision over there? That's concerning. But we'll see. Cool Boy and the Monster should be a great fight. A part of that great month of July. And then that Friday, we have another women's fight. Denise Estrada versus Leonela Utica. That's for Estrada's WBA and WB strawweight. Another women's unification fight. Well, it's for unified titles. One person has both of them. But the women are always an undisputed for unifying titles, or one of the opponents is unified. Take notes, man. Abraham Nova also on the card. He's going up against Jonathan Romero. Wow. I'm finishing the roller. That's 10 rounds in the junior lightweight division. And then, the next day is July 29th. The one we've been waiting years for. Earl, the True Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Say it again. Earl, the True Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford. For undisputed in the welterweight 147-pound division. This is the biggest fight since Floyd versus Manny. Let's talk about it. Talk about Errol Spence first. Okay. Earl is a big welterweight. He probably should be at 154 already. But the only reason he's still in the welterweight division is for this fight. Okay. Why he haven't fought in a year. Earl made it clear. He didn't want to make welterweight anymore just for one person. Bud Crawford. And here we are. Earl fights out of a southpaw stance. He has good footwork. Good punch placement. Very accurate. That's why he's breaking orbital bones and damaging ribs and stuff. Because he hits the person over and over and over and over in the same area. Break you down. Earl puts relentless pressure on his opponents, okay? And he's a volume puncher too. Earl has a powerful, aggressive, economical style. What I mean by economical is no punches, no motion, no energy, nothing wasted. Every move Earl makes in there is calculated. Just out there winging it, throwing punches, see what lands. No. Very economical fighter. Here's Errol Spence. Earl works very well behind his jab, okay? Everything comes off the jab, really. Okay. And Earl has a heavy jab. Very heavy jab. This is how this jab as a power punch, matter of fact. You know, works well behind it, sets up them lefts and rights to the body and the head, off of the jab. Very effective inside fighter. Okay. And Earl fights well off the back foot too. You know, he has that stance where he's balanced on that back foot. Feet, legs the perfect distance apart, ready to spring. Thing of beauty. Fundamentally sound. Okay. You ain't gonna beat Earl because of no mistake he made. Well, he did stop and look for his mouthpiece against Ugas, but that's the first time I ever seen Earl do something like that. And probably the last time. But fundamentally sound. And his opponent struggled against his body work and that power, okay? And he's good at using his jab to measure distance. And he's good at using that pressure to put and keep opponents on the back foot, you know? Earl has that move where he throws that heavy jab in there, then he pushes forward off that back foot behind that left hand, and he gets you going backwards. It's hard to recover. Next thing you know, he got his opponent up into the rope. Very good at putting people on the back foot. And once you get them on the back foot, it's hard to get off. Uses his thighs to his advantage very well. Relentless pressure. Earl is one of the best in the game at applying relentless pressure. And also inside. One of the best at inside fighting. Okay. And he has great ring generalship. Okay. Controls the fight in the ring, where the fight is at. Very good at keeping his fight centered in the middle of the ring. Okay. Let's take a look at Bud Crawford. Now, some people say Bud is a switch hitter, but he switches. But I don't consider Bud really a switch hitter. He fights 90% of his fights at southpaw. Okay. Bud will switch to orthodox, and next thing you know, he back at southpaw. You don't even know when he switched. So me personally, I don't call him a switch hitter. Okay. He's a southpaw that switches every now and then. Put it that way. Okay. Now, Bud has a high ring IQ, very high ring IQ, very smart in there, you know. He's good at forcing fighters to fight his style. Okay. But has a very high ring IQ. He has punching power, just like Earl. And Bud is an excellent counterpuncher. One of the best counterpunchers in the game. Okay. And he's a great finisher. Bud gets you in trouble. He's like a shark with blood in the water. I don't think I've ever seen anybody survive that Bud has got in trouble. I haven't seen every one of his fights, but the time I've seen him get somebody in trouble, they go out of there. Okay. Bud has fast hands too. And he's versatile, like Cool Boy. He adjusts to any style and very good at it. Okay. Understands range very well. Okay. But gets hit his share, right? But he's good at getting in range, doing damage, and getting out of range. You know? Very good at that. Understands range very well. Okay. Bud can pretty much do it all in there. You know, he can box, he can punch, he can brawl. And as good as Bud is in the ring, he keeps it simple at all times throughout the fight, you know. I mean, you know, Bud is a rhythm fighter, okay? You know, he's going to come in there, you know, he's going to do his little download for a couple rounds. You know, take a couple rounds to get in his rhythm. But once he gets in rhythm, he's going to give you a steady dose of jabs, a lot of feints, like to mix hooks in there every now and then, you know. And Bud is very active with his punches, okay. And once he gets you time, Bud is always looking to land counters in between his opponent's punches. Very good at punching in between his opponent's punches. And Bud will back off and reset, okay, without getting out of rhythm. And I think that's one thing Earl is not going to let him do. There's going to be no reset. Earl is just going to try to pressure on him. But Bud is good at backing off and reset, coming back in rhythm. Okay. Now, after having said all that, I'm picking Earl to win the fight. And I'm picking Earl because of his relentless pressure. Okay. And relentless body attack. Okay. Earl just like the Energizer Bunny. Energizer Bunny. He keeps on ticking. And Bud is going to be getting them counters in and getting some punches in too, but Earl is just going to be relentless. Okay. And can Bud stand up to Earl's pressure over 12 rounds? It's like Derrick James said, this fight is going to come down to which fighter can endure the most. And I think Earl's relentlessness is just going to be a little bit too much for Bud. Okay? Now, the dog and Bud will get him through 12 rounds. Okay? I don't think there's going to be any knockdowns. And I think it's Earl will win a unanimous 12 round, competitive unanimous 12 round decision, if you know what I mean. Okay? Now, nobody should be surprised if Bud pulls this thing out. As a matter of fact, I think he's slightly favored. But I think Earl's relentless, aggressive, powerful style will carry the day for him. But it's going to be a great fight. And like so many people keep saying, the fans are going to win. Okay? Now, July is just special. They come up with another month that tops July, I might not be able to handle it. Wow. We'll be in boxing fan heaven. They can top this month. But August, we got a good one August 12th. Navarrete against Oscar Valdez. Now I'm picking Navarrete to win that one. Because Oscar just swings for the fences too much, you know. And ever since that Conceição fight, when he got popped for the PEDs, well, he didn't get popped for him because he was able to fight and everything. But when he found PEDs in his system, he hadn't been the same. It's like he got off from it. It's not the same fighter. Okay. Navarrete beat him. He got a gift decision. Shakur washed him. And Adam Lopez just didn't have any power to keep Valdez off of him. And Valdez just tracked him down and swung for the fences, you know. And I think it was a decision. But I also got the win. But I got Navarrete stopping Valdez. He's going to catch him in between one of them home run swings and take Oscar out of there. But that's August 12th. And that's in the junior lightweight division, 130. August 19th is disappointing. Better Believe is taking on Liam Smith, you know, for his unified IBF, WBC, WBO titles. It should be Better Be versus Bivol. Mauricio's Uman talking about he's not sanctioning that fight because Bivol is Russian. What do you think Better Be for? Last time I checked, Bivol lives in California. Okay, Mauricio. Okay, then August 26th, Matthias returns to the ring against Lipinets. For Matthias' super lightweight IBF or junior welterweight, whichever way you want to look at it. But it's the 140-pound division. Matthias could be the man at 140, you know. I mean, I ain't like everybody else, just because we just had that one subpar performance. That was Saturday. I'm not writing them off, but hey, you better not do that against Matthias. But isn't that something? A fighter can have years of good fights, have one bad fight. You got some people saying it's over for him. Just like Teofimo Jacobson. He had like 3 subpar performances. He had one real good performance. Now to take over his back, he's the king of 140. It's nonsense. You got to look at a body of work, okay? But that's all I had for this morning. Okay. Anyone ever sees this, hit the like button and subscribe to my little channel. And hey, thanks for watching. Everybody have a good day. And I'm laying it down. Good night.